Hello everybody. It's been a really long time, it seems like. The last video I filmed was my Q&A with my husband, which was a month or more ago. So I think my last update was my 4-month update. And now I'm at 5.5 months, like 5 months and 2 weeks. So, I'm long overdue for an update. I apologize. I've kind of just been in a weird headspace, which I'll get into a little bit more. And, you guys know I'm busy. I say it every video. I have school, and we're nearing the end of this semester, so it's just been really hectic. But mostly, I've just been kind of in a funk. So, not all the time, but just sometimes. So I'll get into that in a minute. First, I'll just update you guys on my stats, and for those of you that don't know, that are maybe new to my channel, I had lap band in February of 2012. For almost 5 years, I struggled with a lot of complications with that lap band, and finally had it removed and converted in one surgery on November 18th, 2016, which puts me at 5 months post-op, and I believe 2 weeks today. So I don't remember how many weeks that is. Update, like, I don't know how many weeks it's been since surgery. I just know it's been 5 months and then about 2 weeks. So my stats, I don't remember where I was at my 4-month video, and the way things have been going, it's like it's really slow, and I'll, just be teetering between a couple of pounds here and there, going back and forth, and then suddenly I'll drop like 3 pounds within a week, and then it happens again. So right now I'm kind of in that teetering mode where I'm like back and forth. But yeah, let me get into my stats. So I don't know where I was when I last talked to you guys, but right now my current weight is 172, and I have been all week just kind of floating between 171, 172, and then I saw 173 again this week, which was slightly frustrating, but it went back down to 172. So that's been my week. I don't know specifically like what I'm doing that's causing me to go up and down. I will say that it was Shark Week last week, so that could be part of it. I noticed that I don't usually hold on to weight during Shark Week. I hold on to the weight the week after, so that could be part of it. I have been still following my diet of low carb, no bread, no tortillas, no rice, no sugar, absolutely no sugar. And I just tried to portion out my meals, but I will say that in my head there's little things that like I have I don't know, like let slip in the way that I'm not like portioning out exactly 2 ounces sometimes, which my body kind of tells me that I can't eat more than 2 ounces anyways, but still it's just kind of like letting myself do that is frustrating, or just not, what's the word, like, I don't know, things have just been kind of different, kind of weird, and I think part of it has to do with that the weight is slowing down, and I'm super critical of everything that I do, so I don't even know if some of the things that I'm doing are wrong, or if it's just that I'm being critical of myself because the weight's slowing down, which kind of plays with my head a little bit, although I know it's normal. Like, I can't lose that much weight every week, or else I won't weigh anything, at some point. So it has to slow down. It's not healthy to lose that much weight that fast every single week. I get it, but my brain does little tricks on me, and I'm working through that. So that's kind of what this whole like month and a half I've been doing. I've just been kind of reflecting on the things that go through my head, on the changes that are happening in my head. In fact, I posted an Instagram post, I think last week, and it was when I had hit my 70 pounds down, which was 173. because, oh, I didn't even tell you. My starting weight was 243 pounds. Back it up. 243 pounds. Surgery weight 229. Current weight 172. So at 173, I hit 70 pounds lost total. So when I hit that, that was like a really cool thing for me, because that was right when I was losing, you know, I lost like 3 pounds that week. And so that kind of like kicked me back up. But prior to that, I had just been dealing with the fear, and I put that in my Instagram post. Fear and anxiety of letting old habits back into my life, and ever letting myself become that person that I was 5.5 months ago. The girl that just had no self-control, and that couldn't even see what I was, like, I couldn't even physically see myself the way that I was. And now I can look at pictures and see myself then, how I looked then, but the person that I'm looking at in in these pictures is not the person that I felt like I was back then. And I hope that makes sense for some of you. And it's like kind of depressing. I don't even know, like, I'm usually so happy, but I don't know, I'm just been dealing with that and kind of processing through those feelings. And I think this whole process happens so fast that sometimes you forget to deal with some of those things. And it's like a highly emotional process too, because you're completely changing so much about yourself, not just physically, because the physical part is super important, because I'm going crazy, I'm going everywhere now, but the physical part, my mind still hasn't caught up with, and I'll get into that in a second. But the emotional part, it's everything. It's like fully encompassing your life, this weight loss. It's in your head, it's on your body, and you're changing so much about yourself, your habits, what's important to you, the way that you look, the way that people perceive you. And so it's kind of emotional, and you have to process through it. I've learned, like, it doesn't just come off and you're like 100% happy. You have to let yourself feel the things and understand who you were before, why you let yourself get there, the habits that you let creep into your life when you're overweight. And, you know, it's not just as simple as like I ate too much or I didn't work out. When you get to the weight where you're heavy enough that you can use surgery to fix your issue, then there's something deeper than just eating too much. Or, you know, there's a lot of stuff that goes into that. There's emotional eating, there's addictive eating. So my point in saying all that is it has to be dealt with, and that's what I'm learning in this season, in this 5-month season. And it's fearful. It's like, you know, I don't want to become that person. And before I actually pinpointed what that fear was, and I just kind of felt anxious about it, and then I finally wrote that Instagram post, and I kind of just like poured out the words, and that's actually when I had the epiphany, like, oh, this is kind of what I've been struggling with. And it's the fear. It's the fear of becoming her again. Not that I'm any different. I'm still the same person, but the things I struggle with, I don't want to be those things anymore, if that makes sense. I don't want to let those habits back in. I don't want addictive eating to be a part of my life anymore. I don't want to let myself go physically and mentally to the place where I don't even know that it's happened. And and then also, along with understanding what that fear was, came the empowerment, like, I'm in control of that. I am so afraid of becoming that person again, but I control if I'm going to become that person again. And I'm so sorry if I'm all over the place, but I'm trying to just kind of like pour out what's in my head, because I haven't talked about it until now. So I hope that makes sense, and I hope that's helpful for somebody. So yes, so that's kind of what I've come to terms with. I will not become that person again. I will not let myself go. And I will I will see myself for what I am. And then along with that comes the part of loving myself through every stage of this weight loss. And I felt really good about that, like, you know, right after surgery and maybe 2 months post-op. As I'm losing weight, I was like getting really happy. But then you get to this place where things are starting to slow down and you can't anticipate losing 3 pounds within 1 week. You can't anticipate losing 10 pounds in 1 month. Like I could have 2 months, 3 months ago, or right after surgery. So things get a little bit different. I have to just really work on that, on accepting me through every single step of this journey and not being so focused on, you know, when's that next milestone gonna hit? When am I gonna hit the next BMI level? When am I gonna hit the next increment of 10 in my weight loss? You know, like that's a big thing. And instead just focusing on the choices I'm making right now that affect that, and trying to live here and now, and not like when I lose all this weight, when I'm at my goal weight, when I can fit in this size, when I can wear this. You know, I'm like preaching at myself, so don't take it as like a to-do, like you do this, you do that. That's like what I'm currently dealing with. So yeah, fun, exciting stuff. It's what we all have to look forward to. And what else? So I've noticed that my stalls, I try to like pinpoint what they are. Like the last time I talked to you, I was like, oh, I had those sugar-free Reese's. I think that's what it was. I think it was my lack of water. I'm not really sure anymore. Like I try to like change it, and I think it's just a part of the process. So all I know to do is just continue doing what I'm doing, bettering everything I can. And so what I've started this week, I know the last time I updated you guys was that I was not working out like regularly. So I've really been bugged about that because I want to, and I feel like on a positive note, I'm 172 pounds, and that's a lot to some people, but to me, that's amazing. And I didn't even like dream that I would be that weight. Like I got to a place in my life and being heavy that I kind of just accepted it, and I knew that I was so far away from ever being able to be a certain way that I just needed to accept it, and I don't accept that anymore. But 172 pounds, and then aside from what I just said about living in the here and now, it's gonna completely not make sense, but that is less than 40 pounds away from the goal weight that I want to lose. I'm less than 40 pounds. I'm like 35 pounds or whatever. I don't even know what my 100% goal weight is. But either way, like the original weight that I set for myself was 135 pounds. That's what I wanted to see. And I don't know if that's where I'll stay. I don't know if I'll want to be more. I don't know if I want to be less. But my goal weight was 135. I am less than 40 pounds from that number. What is that? 40. I'm 37 pounds away from seeing my goal weight. That is crazy. That's crazy. Like I say it out loud and it's like, whoa, what? So that has made me want to really just buckle down, like get her done type thing. Like start working out, making sure I'm drinking my water, buckle down on my eating, you know, and the power is in my hands to get there or not get there, to fail or succeed. It's in my hands. So that's what I'm doing. So yesterday, working out has been really hard to incorporate into my life right now because of school, work, children. Even though I put a gym in my house, it has not been easy to just get in there and do it. So what I decided to do starting yesterday, so this has not been a long-term commitment yet, so don't hold me to it, but I think it's really gonna work for me, and I'm freaking sore. On my lunch yesterday, I just shut my doors in my office and I put on YouTube videos. the problem areas that I'm finding right now, like that are bothering me with this weight loss, that are loose and they have like that stubborn fat, is definitely right here. Like you can kind of see it's just loose, and I think that I might be okay, like after working this out and, you know, toning this up. And this is like, this still has fat in it, so it's not skin, but I think working out will help that. So I want to really pay attention and target that area. And then I can't really show you right now, but it's like my inner thighs, very top of my inner thighs. I've lost a lot of weight in my legs, but that seems to be an area that I'm keeping it. And then of course my stomach, because that's where I carried my weight before. I had, like, my weight was mostly in my belly. I mean, it was everywhere, but my belly a lot. So I know I'm gonna have loose skin in my stomach, but I'm not like as weird about that. For some reason, the two areas that have been more bothersome to me have been my arms and my legs. So I just decided yesterday, I typed on YouTube, you know, strength training for thighs, strength training for arms, and I did that on my lunch yesterday. I spent about 30 minutes, and then I still have been every day walking 1 mile in the morning, 1 mile in the afternoon. So just trying to like realistically incorporate into my day. And oh my gosh, that thigh workout, I am so sore. Like I hate sitting up and standing down. Standing up and sitting down today. It is hard. So I'm gonna link those videos down below that I did yesterday. And if you're interested, the arm one, I felt the burn. It was a 6-minute video. Like I can feel it when I try to do some of the movements right now, but I am not as sore as I am in my legs, but I am a little bit sore. So I'm gonna do today, on my lunch, I'm gonna work on arms again, and then my abs, or maybe my butt. I'm not sure, but I'm giving my legs a break today. So that's how I'm gonna start incorporating exercise into my routine. I hope that is like something that maybe would help somebody, because it's really hard to incorporate. And YouTube videos, there's a lot of different fitness YouTube videos that you guys can look up and like realistically do them. Like some of them are 6 minutes. You could do 6 minutes in the morning, 6 minutes in the afternoon, 6 minutes in the evening. I mean, and work out different things every single day, and something is better than nothing. Trust me, I did not think that a 6-minute video and I think it was 15-minute leg workout was gonna do the damage it has done today. But I am surprised, and I'm very happy that I feel so sore. Sorry that cut off. My camera died, and my phone died. I don't film on my camera, I film on my phone. Anyways, that means that this video is way too long, but I just wanted to share with you one more thing. My favorite new thing to eat, which I haven't had all week, has been deviled eggs. And I don't know, some people don't like them, some people do, but I love deviled eggs. And I like hard-boiled eggs too, but not quite as much. That I don't really like the flavor. But taking all of that out, mixing it up with some mustard, like a little bit of mustard, a really small amount of olive oil, mayo, salt, and pepper, and a little bit of vinegar, and then putting them back into the eggs. It's like been my favorite thing lately. I've been like obsessed with them, and I don't know what it is about it. Okay, first of all, that's a lot of protein, and by the afternoon, there's something about those freaking eggs that just go straight through me. Like, to save you the details, they just make you go poop. And I noticed that when I am going poop regularly and, like, you know, I'm losing weight. I don't know if it has anything to do with it, but the week that I had I ate 1.5 deviled eggs for each serving. So I'd have that in the morning for my breakfast. So it'd be 1 hard-boiled egg and then a half, basically. I lost 3 pounds that week, and the only thing different was those deviled eggs. So you may want to try it. I don't know. I'm definitely getting hard-boiled eggs. I'm making some tonight because I haven't had them all week, and now I'm stalling. So I'm like, maybe it's the deviled eggs. I feel like it's almost like an athlete that's like superstitious about underwear that he wears when he like wins a game, and they have to wear like the same underwear or the same shirt. There's like all these superstitious things that athletes do. I feel like that's how I am with weight loss. It's like, what did I do differently? Okay, I have to do that. Like, I'm that way with like my apple juice. If I don't drink my apple juice, it doesn't keep my body regular and I'll start stalling. And it may completely not be true, but for some reason, like through my trial and errors, that's what it seems to be, so that's what I go with. Anyways, I'm sorry for my like long emotional rant that probably didn't make any sense. I hope that's not the case because it made a lot of sense in my head. But this journey is super crazy, whirlwind, tornado, hurricane, and so much about it is so positive. You're changing your life for the positive. Like, no matter how you lose weight, no matter if it's through a diet or through a surgery or whatever you do, that is positive. You're changing your health. But there's things that go along with that, you know, they can bring you down. They can either become a negative or you can turn around and make them positive, like anything else. And I feel it's important to share those parts. And I haven't, like, not purposely, but it just seems like every time when I film my videos, I'm just like, you know, quick, update you guys on all the great things that are happening, all the good food that I've tried, or this is my favorite thing that I've tried. And sometimes that like becomes where maybe, you know, it's not showing the entire journey. And it just happens that this update, I had something that's not as joyful to share, but I hope that it helps somebody that might be dealing with that. And it's just honest and real. So if it didn't make any sense, again, I apologize. And I hope to see you guys really soon. I want to say, hey, I'll film next week, but I don't want to promise you guys that because I want to, but the likelihood, I don't know. I might film every day next week and I might not. But I am trying to post more regularly on Instagram, so if you want to follow me there, I am B_the_candy, so it's like B_the_candy on YouTube. I have that, on Instagram. That's a private page, so just click follow and I'll add you guys. Yeah, so connect with me there too if you want more updates than I get to you guys on YouTube. If you guys have any questions about my process or what I'm doing, what I'm eating, leave them down below. I like connecting with you guys. I like answering your questions. I try really hard to answer all the questions that I get. And come say hi to me on Instagram. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys for supporting me so much on this journey and for all of your like wonderful things that you guys say to me. I so appreciate it, and I say this every video and I say it again. If you're having surgery, if you've had surgery, I hope that you're feeling good, and I know that it may feel kind of hard right now, but just know that in a few weeks, in a month from now, you're going to feel way different, and this will be the best decision that you've ever made. I truly, honestly believe that. I know there's videos that say, I regret VSG, and hey, I'm not all the way through it, but I know that just this amount of time of being healthy and learning so much about myself is worth every moment that I've gone through. So, I hope you're all feeling good. I highly encourage you to share your story if you're going through this, if you're just starting the process, if you've already started the process. Get on there, film a video, start an Instagram, just do something. It's such an important thing in your life to document, to share with others. You can encourage other people, and then just joining a community of people that understand what you're going through is so important. Being able to share this with you guys, who most of you have had the surgery, it helps me so much. So if you're considering it, I strongly advise it. Don't be worried about people that you don't want to know. That's your decision. You can keep things private. You don't have to share everything with everybody just because you create an Instagram account. You can create it privately. You can create a YouTube and not tell anybody about it. But just connect with other people. It's so important. And I hope you guys all have a great week. I hope you have a great time until I see you next. Come say hi to me on Instagram. Bye.